Com. Coverage of the Nebraska State Basketball Tournament is presented by App Foundation Repair, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, Roofing Service Company, High Electric, Southeast Community College, Members-Owned Credit Union, Union Bank and Trust, Mosaic, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Platte Valley Equipment, and Double Eagle Golf. Now, calling all the action from Pinnacle Bank Arena, here's Carter Launching.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into high school basketball here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. I'm Carter Launching. I'll be bringing you today's D1 matchup between the Elmwood-Murdock Knights and the Hastings St. Cecilia Blue Hawks, otherwise known as the Hawkettes. Both of these teams are very well experienced with the state tournament. This is the third straight appearance in the tourney for Elmwood-Murdock, who comes into this one as the 5 seed in today's quarterfinal. 2022, last year's tournament, they had quite the heartbreak. They entered the tournament as the number 1 seed, only to be upset by Cedar Catholic in the first round. So a great season kind of went a bit to waste after they lost a talented group of seniors on that team. Brenna Schmidt, Lexi Bacon, and Bailey Fromm, all big contributors to that team. All gone now, but they're right back here once again, this time as a 5 seed, as I just mentioned. They finished their season 21-5. They are the D1 5 champs. They play stifling defense. That's their game. They did not allow Sterling a single field goal in the first half of their district final, only free throws. So that tells you anything about this Elmwood-Murdock team. For one thing they're going to do is they're going to play defense. I mentioned they've made the tourney 3 times in a row, also dating back a couple of years ago. They lost as the number 8 seed a couple of years ago, so they've kind of been all over the place with their seedings. They've gone 8-1, now 5. So we'll see if they can get it done this year after having 2 losses in the first round the past 2 seasons. But they'll have a challenge in front of them as they'll be taking on, as I mentioned, the Hastings St. Cecilia Blue Hawks and or Hawkettes, however you want to refer to them as. This is their 11th straight tourney appearance in Nebraska State High School Basketball Championships. The past few years, they've been in Class C 1 and 2. This year, they are down into D1, though. They won 3 of the last 4 championships in the Class C and 1 and 2 classes, and they have appeared in all 4 straight championship games over there in Class C. However, a big part of that's kind of similar to Elmwood-Murdock was a group of talented seniors. Addie Kierkegaard, Shea Butler, and Bailey Kissinger were all a very, very talented group of seniors. They really led that team. Bailey's younger sister, Avery, is now one of the lead contributors, actually the leading scorer for this St. Cecilia team this year. So she'll look to continue her sister's legacy, who's now playing college ball over there at UNK. Only 2 players on the St. Cecilia team were really major contributors, to last year's team. That is Tatum Krikak and Ryan Sabatica. So we'll see if they can kind of pick up the slack here after losing those 3 talented seniors. It should be a good one, folks. The winner of this one will go on to play Ravenna, who had just finished up playing in that 1 versus 8 matchup just a moment ago that you guys heard Nick on the call for. So trip to the semifinals on the line here. Make sure you tune in. We got about 6 minutes until tip-off. We'll throw it to a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll get ready to go for Elmwood-Murdock versus St. Cecilia in a D1 quarterfinal matchup right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. The Coach's Pep Talk. Done well, it creates stronger team unity, improves motivation and attitude. So when Platte Valley Equipment says we're here to help you succeed, you'll have their 100% support to help you handle any task with their John Deere equipment that gets the job done every time. And with low monthly payments, well, that should be some serious motivation to visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com. Proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
Welcome to Lincoln State Hoops fans. Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill at 10th and P is your go-to spot for the small town feel in the middle of Lincoln's downtown area. Come enjoy great food and great drinks for lunch or dinner and before or after any game at Rosie's. 10th and P. People we serve in our workforce. You can be a part of it. Mosaic supports people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and other diverse needs to choose where they live, with whom they live, and how they spend their days. That is empowering. Do you know someone who could use that type of support? You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit mosaicinfo.org. That's mosaicinfo.org.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. iElectric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. iElectric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to high school basketball here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Once again, I am Carter Longy. I'll be bringing you this next D1 quarterfinal matchup between the Elmwood-Murdock Knights and the Hastings St. Cecilia Hawkettes. Let's take a look at what each team is kind of working with here as we go forward. Once again, the Knights are led by head coach Paul Dwyer. They won their district final over Sterling by a score of 54-29. Their leading scorer on the season, Tatum Backmeyer, had 22 points in that one to help lead the Knights over Sterling. Looking at some of the other big contributors here for the Knights on the season, number 12, Delaney Fromm, has been a key piece for them. She averages 7.3 points per game. She's a 5'7" junior guard. Some of the other ones that are going to be big contributors in this one, Jordan Vogler will be a big one. She also contributes 7 points per game. Also, Brooke Goody will also be contributing 6.6 points per game on the season so far for the Knights. Taking a look at the St. Cecilia Hawkettes, their leading scorer on the season is just a freshman. Avery Kissinger is averaging 11.6 points per game on the season, also pulls in 4 boards and 2.5 steals on the year so far for the Hawkettes. Also a big contributor, someone who saw a lot of minutes on that state championship team, at number 11, Tatum Krikak, the 5'8" junior guard, averages 9 points per game on the season, along with nearly 5 boards and nearly 3 assists as well. So that's kind of who we're going to see as our major contributors in this one. Now they are getting ready to introduce our starting lineups, starting for the Knights, We're going to have, they're going to announce all the lineups. So what we'll do here, since we don't have the starting lineups in front of us yet, we'll take another really quick break here now that we kind of met some of our key contributors. Then we'll come back and we'll get you the starting lineups as soon as we have them. But for now, we'll throw it to another quick break here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Season after season, and you'll dominate. That's the way it's been at Platte Valley Equipment for decades. Whatever your task, their John Deere lineup of equipment handles it with ease. From riding mowers, compact tractor packages, to farm equipment, they can't be beat. That goes for the low monthly payments too. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today. Proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
A new year means new goals and upgrading, but that doesn't only apply to health and fitness. Mullen Motors can get you into a new vehicle right now and get your 2023 started off the right way. They cleared off their 2022 inventory and have tons of new vehicles to choose from to make sure you get to where you need to be this year. Out with the old and in with the new. Stop by Mullen Motors today, just north of 48th and Lake.
No tagline, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
This is Sam Griesel from the Nebraska men's basketball team. I'm here to tell you about my favorite men's store in Nebraska, and that's Gary Michaels Clothiers in Lincoln. When I went off to college, I purchased my suit from them and another when I attended Big Ten Media Day. Their fashion sense, clothing knowledge, and tailoring is unparalleled. Simply said, no one does it better than Gary Michaels Clothiers, located in Village Gardens, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena. Once again, I'm Carter Longy, bringing you all of the action between Elmwood-Murdock Knights and the St. Cecilia Hawkettes. Today's D1 quarterfinal matchup. We've got our starting lineups, and we are ready for tip-off. For the Knights, it's going to be Backmeyer, Fromm, Haynes, Goody, and Vogler. As for the Hawkettes, it's going to be Parr, Kissinger, Musalek, Krikak, and Sabatka. Now we have the opening tip-off, and it's going to be controlled by the Hawkettes. Bringing it across the timeline is Lindsay Parr. She's going to hand it off to Tatum Krikak. Krikak now back to Parr. Parr looking for a post entry, not going to be there. She gives it back to Sabatka. Left wing now for the Hawkettes. Going to the rim is Crick actually going to kick it back out to Parr. Parr now looking down low. It's going to be tipped away, though, by the Knights. Getting a hand on that one was Goody, and it's going to stay with the Hawkettes here. Triggering the inbounds pass for the Hawkettes will be Parr. Gets it to Kissinger. Kissinger now up to Crickak. Parr now back at the top of the key, looking for somewhere to go with it. Gets it to Crickak on the right wing. A lot of passing around here so far for the Hawkettes, moving the ball quite a bit. Hasn't been a whole lot of action going towards the rim yet. Now they'll get a post entry to Sabatka. She puts up a shot, and that one is good. First ones on the scoreboard will be the Hawkettes as Ryan Sabatka makes her first shot of the ballgame. Here come the Knights the other way now. Opposite corner now to Backmeyer. Backmeyer now looking down low. It's going to be taken away by the Hawkettes. As coming up with the ball is Sabatka, the one who just knocked down that jumper from the free throw line. Hawkettes now back the other way. Left wing is Musalek. She finds Sabatka. Sabatka now back out to Kissinger. Kissinger puts up a three from the right wing. That one's going to be no good. However, it is rebounded by the Hawkettes. Now a scramble for the ball on the floor. Coming away with it is going to be Crickak. Crickak gets it back away to Kissinger. Kissinger now down to the baseline, gets it back out. Now Parr's going to put up a three. That one's no good. And this time the Knights will collect it and go the other way. Pushing up the floor now, it's Zerat. Left wing now for Backmeyer. Thinking about a three was Goody, but instead she's going to give it back up to Vogler. Delaney Fromm now looking for somewhere to go with it on the right wing. Gives it up to Backmeyer. Backmeyer gets a screen from Fromm. Now she'll go to the rim and puts it up, and she will be fouled on that one. This one's going to go on to number 10 for the Hawkettes, Abby Musalek. And going to the line for the Knights will be number 10, Tatum Backmeyer. Backmeyer, 61% free throw shooter on the year. Once again, the leading scorer for this Knights squad at nearly 15 points per game. First one is up and good for Backmeyer. So Backmeyer able to get the Knights into the scoring column early on in this one. Backmeyer's second is up and off the front rim, rebounded by the Hawkettes as Sabatka is able to come away with it, and here they will go the other way. Lindsey Parr will bring it across half court for the Hawkettes, gets it away to Crickak. Crickak now back up to Kissinger. Kissinger gives it up to Musalek. Musalek back to Kissinger. Now it's going to be Crickak on the left wing. Gets it to Sabatka at the top of the key. Trying to post up down low is Musalek, but not really much happened there. St. Cecilia pulls it back out. Now it's going to be Kissinger on the right wing. Tries to get it down low to Sabatka, but it's going to be taken away by the Knights. Ella Zira with some good hands. Backmeyer now trying to get something going on offense. She'll give it up to Fromm. Now back out to Backmeyer. Puts up a three. Front rim rolls around and does not fall. Thought Tatum Backmeyer was going to get the shooter's touch there for a moment, but instead the Hawkettes will go the other way. Kissinger now right wing. Gives it up to Crickak. Swinging it across the floor is the Hawkettes. Now Kissinger gets it down low to Sabatka. Sabatka now back out to Musalek. Puts up a three. That one's cash. Abby Musalek gets on the board with a three-pointer. St. Cecilia now putting on a full court press here against the Knights. Now going to the rim for the Knights. It's going to be number 34, Brooke Goody. She puts up a layup. That's no good. Now the Hawkettes will go the other way once more. Left wing now for Crickak. Crickak back up to Parr. Parr now to Sabatka. Sabatka finds a cutting Kissinger, puts up a layup, and that's going to go off the bottom of the backboard, but the Hawkettes get it back. Parr now over to Kissinger. She's going to try and go to the rim once more. Instead, she'll kick it back out to Sabatka. Now Sabatka gives it away and then cuts, gets it down low, puts up a shot. That is good and one. Ryan Sabatka with a chance to complete a good old-fashioned three-point play. A 7-1 lead now for the Hawkettes over the Knights. 4:13 left to go here in the first quarter. A couple of substitutions on the floor into the game for the first time for the Hawkettes is Emery Vargas. 5'8" freshman guard checks in for, I believe it was Musalek who headed to the bench. Free throw was no good there from Sabatka, but it is rebounded by the Hawkettes. A bit of a scrum on the floor for the ball. Now it's going to result in a jump ball. And possession arrow says it will go to the Knights. Once again, St. Cecilia putting on a full court press now. Also into the game for the Knights is Brooklyn Mans. Knights able to nearly break the press, but it's going to be taken away by the Hawkettes. Now here comes Parr the other way. Knights a bit of a sloppy pass there. Tried going about half the court there in one pass. Going to have to move the ball around a little bit more in order to have a chance to break that. Parr now gives it up to Vargas. Once again, who checked into the game. Left wing. Now it'll go swing back across to Kissinger. Kissinger now over to Parr. Parr gets it to Vargas in the corner, puts up a three. That one's good. Emery Vargas hits a three, and that's going to result in a timeout for Paul Dwyer and the Elmwood-Murdock Knights. It's going to be just a short timeout here for this one, so we'll keep it right here. But a scoring explosion here early on for the Hawkettes as Emery Vargas knocks down a three. She averages just 3.2 on the year, so she's already kind of matched her scoring total there. Same with Abby Muslek, who hit a three earlier for the Hawkettes as well. So two contributors on this team so far that haven't necessarily been huge in the scoring column on the year, but two big threes early on, and finds the Hawkettes with a early 10-1 advantage with 3:31 here to go in the first quarter. Paul Dwyer and the Knights want to talk it over. The Knights allowed less than 28 points per game on the year. They allowed less than 28 points per game on the year, and so the Hawkettes having 10 already here when we're not even quite a full 5 minutes into this first quarter is probably a bit stunning here for the Knights. Going to have to find a way to lock things up a little bit here. St. Cecilia has just been kind of moving the ball around the perimeter so far with just a lot of cuts across the lane, and it's been working for them. Now they have the full court press on the Knights here once again. This pass was tipped, but the Knights will get it back. Now we're kind of trapped in the corner here, and ball going all over the place. Nearly hit our setup here, and it's going to result in the Hawkettes taking the ball once more. So the Knights seem to be struggling with this press from the Hawkettes early. We'll see if they can figure out a way to break this thing as we go forward. Bringing the ball across the timeline is back for the Hawkettes. Kissinger cuts, thought she was open. I guess Vargas didn't see her. Now Vargas will get it down low. She puts up a lay. That's going to be blocked by the Knights, and now they will take it the other way. Delaney Fromm advances it up to Backmeyer. Backmeyer backs it out, gives it off to Fromm. She puts up a three. That's good. So Delaney Fromm breaks the cold spell for the Hawkettes. That's their field goal of the game, for the Knights. And that's going to be a Delaney Fromm three. Now the Knights are going to choose to put on a full court press as well, and that's going to work out well for them as they force a turnover here on their first possession, putting that press on. Another three is up for the Knights. That one's no good off back iron. Brooklyn Mans with her first shot attempt of the game ends up being no good. Hawkettes now the other way. 10-4 is our score. 2:23 left to go in the first quarter. Top of the key now for Sabatka. She's going to have it taken away, though, by the Knights. Now the Knights are going to have nearly taken away once more, but Backmeyer's the one who comes up with the ball, misses her layup, but it's going to be rebounded and quickly put back up by Brooklyn Mans, and that's going to result in 2 points there for the Knights. Hawkettes now trying to break this press the Knights have put on. Vargas now at center court, and she's going to be fouled. I believe they're going to call this one on Backmeyer. So Tatum Backmeyer picks up a foul there. That's going to be the second team foul for the Knights. So St. Cecilia ball here. Fromm inbounds it. DeMuth, adding DeMuth. That's in for the Hawkettes now. Number 12 making her first appearance in the game. Vargas now gets it to Krikak on the left wing. Krikak gets a screen. Thought about it from the free throw line. Instead, she'll give it back out to Vargas. Puts up a three. That's off front iron. Rebounded by the Knights. As Brooke Goody is able to pull it down. And here come the Knights the other way. Delaney Fromm trying to work against DeMuth here. But now they'll get it down low. And this one's going to be nearly turned over. But it's tipped out of bounds by Kissinger. Kissinger with a defensive effort there on Vogler down low. So it'll stay with the Knights. They will inbound it from the baseline. Inbounding the ball will be Brooklyn Mans. Mans is able to get it into Vogler. Vogler gives it up from top of the key. Vogler now gets it back to Mans. Mans pump fakes from the three-point line, drives in a little bit, and kicks it back out. Now trying to get to the rim. It's going to be Goody. Goody lost control a bit. And luckily for the Knights, Vogler's able to come up with it, but she puts up a shot, and that's no good. Rebounded by Krikak and the Hawkettes. Here comes Vargas the other way. Gives it to Kissinger. Kissinger now to Krikak at the top of the key. Hawkettes now swinging it around, looking for Krikak down low. Krikak going to try and make a move here against Backmeyer. Puts up the shot. No good off the front iron. Trying to get a rebound, but she's unable to as Tatum Backmeyer with a nice box out there for the Knights. 10-6 our score. 47 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Fromm looking for somewhere to go with it. Gets it to Backmeyer. Backmeyer gets a screen. Now she thought about a three from the college line, but decides to pass that one up and gives it up to her teammates. Delaney Fromm now top of the key. Right wing now for Vogler. Gives it to Backmeyer at the top of the key once more. A lot of passing around here for the Knights. Back in the hands of Backmeyer now. Puts up a three from the top of the key. That's off the left side of the rim. Now the ball batted around a little bit. It's going to go off the shin of Brooklyn Mans, and it will be Hawkettes' ball. Checking into the game for the Hawkettes. Atka along with Parr. So Hawkettes want to get some of their more experienced players in here for this last opportunity at a shot here. 14 seconds to go, first quarter. Parr gets it into Vargas. Now back to Parr. Parr and Vargas trying to work it back and forth here. 10 seconds of now. It's going to be taken away by the Knights. It's going to be Ella Zierot. Zierot now puts up a deep three. That's going to airball, but it's collected by Vogler. Now we're going to say that Vogler stepped on the line as she collected that rebound. 0.8 of a second here. Not sure if the Hawkettes are even going to be able to get a shot off. Had the full court to go. Inbounded to Vargas, and Vargas is not even going to try to put one up. So at the end of one, our score is 10-6 in favor of the St. Cecilia Hawkettes. They lead the Elmwood-Murdock Knights once again by a score of 10-6 as we head to the second quarter. We'll take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll finish up this first half. Once again, you're listening to 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Cardalangi back with you for this D1 quarterfinal matchup between the Elmwood-Murdock Knights and the St. Cecilia Hawkettes. It's going to be St. Cecilia ball here to start the second quarter as they lead 10-6 over the Knights. Kissinger is going to get right back to it, swings it over into the corner, but now it's going to be right back into the hands of Kissinger. Kissinger gets it to Vargas, top of the key. Parr now at the top of the key, gives it to Kissinger on the left wing. Now she's going to get down low to Krikak. Krikak's trying to work against her defender, puts up a shot, and that's going to be no good. Here come the Knights the other way once more. Handling the ball here for the Knights is Delaney Fromm. She's going to give it up, though, to Ella Zierot. Now it's going to be Fromm. She thought about a three. Now looking down low, trying to get it to Goody, but now instead gives it to Backmeyer at the top of the key. Picks up a three, and that's going to be no good. And St. Cecilia will come away with the rebound. Lindsey Parr will take it across the half-court line, guarded by Backmeyer. Now she'll give it up to Kissinger. Vargas now top of the key for the Hawkettes. Now a good pass down low from Parr to Sabaka, and that's going to result in two. Good offense there from the Hawkettes. A nice entry pass there from Lindsey Parr. Now it's going to be taken away from the Knights by Avery Kissinger. Now she loses the ball as she fell to the floor. Delaney Fromm kind of tied Kissinger up a little bit there with the ball as she was trying to get to the rim for a layup. Ends up going out of bounds. It'll be Hawkettes ball. Parr now gets it into Kissinger, tries to put up a shot, and they're going to say she got fouled. So Avery Kissinger will go to the line for 2. This one is going to go on, I believe, number 34, Brooke Gowdy. So Gowdy picks up her first foul of the game. First free throw is no good from Kissinger. Avery Kissinger, a 70% free throw shooter on the year. Once again, the leading scorer for this Hawkettes squad. Just a freshman. Kissinger's second shot is up and no good off front iron, but Vargas is going to come away with the rebound, puts up a shot. And we're going to see what the call here is. The Knights fans behind me want to travel before the shot, but it's going to be called a foul instead. And that one's going to go on Jordan Vogler, her second foul of the game. 4 team fouls now for the Knights. First shot is up and good from Emery Vargas. So Vargas now for her second attempt here, trying to push the lead to 8. Shot is up and good. 14-6 is now our score. The Hawkettes leading the Knights with 6:40 to go here in the first half. Now an errant pass from the Knights as they're trying to break this press once again from the Hawkettes. They have seemed to struggle with quite a bit here early on. That one's going to go all the way out of bounds. They're trying to advance it up the floor. Once again, though, the Knights will put on a press. So both teams going with the full court press early in this one. Kissinger now is able to advance it up the floor to Sabatka, and the Hawkettes are able to break this one much more easily than the Knights have been able to. Lindsey Parr now at the top of the key. Kissinger cuts through the lane, but nothing there. Now Kissinger will get on the left wing, bobbles the pass, but able to get it back. Emery Vargas now at the top of the key, swings it over to Parr. Parr gets it into Sabatka at the free throw line. Back out to Vargas, puts up a 3. That one's good. Emery Vargas now with 2 3-pointers in this one. She's hit 16 on the year coming into this one, now up to 18. Knights were doing a little bit better job with the press this time, but instead Paul Dwyer decides he wants a timeout, wants to probably talk it over and figure out how to break this press. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take another quick break here. Our score 17-6. The Hawkettes leading the Knights with 5:46 left to go here in the first half. Stick around. We'll be right back with more high school basketball here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's been a game of runs so far between the Hawkettes and the Knights. The Hawkettes, of course, opened up the game with a 10-1 lead, followed by a 5-0 run from the Knights to get it back to 10-6. Now we've had a 7-0 run to be in the second quarter here to put the Hawkettes back up by 11. Again, the big thing that the Knights have been struggling with here on offense so far has been the stifling defense, the stifling full court press of the Hawkettes, which, again, the Hawkettes have played good defense all year long. However, the team has really been known for their defensive prowess coming into this one, has been the Knights. They've tried to match them with the full court press themselves. However, the Hawkettes have been much more efficient as breaking that press than the Knights have. So Paul Dwyer calls a timeout, and we'll see if they can fix that as they go forward. Knights ball here, 5:35 to go in the second quarter. Delaney Fromm with it on the left wing, gives it up to Backmeyer. Backmeyer now swings it across to Brooklyn Mans. Mans gets it to a flashing Fromm at the top of the key. Fromm now to Backmeyer, looking down low. Now she'll decide to take it in herself. Shot goes way long, but Fromm will be able to come up with the rebound. Fromm now works it back up to the top of the key, swings it over to Mans. Krikak guarding Mans. Now back in the hands of Backmeyer, over to Fromm. Fromm right wing now trying to work against Parr. A lot of passing around the perimeter here. Now we'll get it down low to Fromm, though. Fromm spins against Parr, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Sabatka. Lindsey Parr now takes it across the half-court line. In the front court now is Kissinger on the right wing, looking for Krikak down low. Good cut by Krikak, but unable to handle the pass. Now we're going to have a timeout from the Hawkettes. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout here for the Hawkettes, so we will keep it right here. Once again, we have 4:39 to go here in the first half as the Hawkettes lead Elmwood-Murdock by a score of 17-6. Another reminder, we will have every single game from PBA right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com throughout this state tournament week. For girls basketball, we'll be doing the same thing once again next week when the boys tournament starts. So make sure you keep it right here. Myself, Nick Sander, Josh Lill will all be on the call for these games. So make sure to keep your dial right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Don't want to miss any of the action that's going on throughout these next 2 weeks. Inbounding the ball will be the Hawkettes after we had a timeout called there from St. Cecilia. Not even, I think a player might have taken a timeout because head coach Greg Burnt looked a little bit confused when a timeout was granted to the Hawkettes, but not really too sure what happened here, but they'll come back out and reset. So Vargas now at the top of the key, swings it over to Parr. Parr now looking down low to Kissinger. Kissinger is going to throw right into the bottom of the backboard. Avery Kissinger hasn't had a whole lot of luck on offense quite to this point. Still scoreless in this one. Ball ends up going out on the Knights, however, so it's going to be Hawkettes' ball. Parr's going to send it out to Krikak. Now Krikak over to Kissinger. Vargas now on the right wing. Can try and get it into Krikak, but this is going to be a foul call. Delaney Fromm going to pick up her first of the game as she got a little too handsy there trying to get in there for the steal. Kissinger trying to inbound it, looking for somewhere to go. Gets it into Parr. Krikak now out near the logo. He's going to try and set something up here. Gets a screen from Kissinger. Now goes into the lane, but back out to Parr. Puts up a three. No good. Knights get the rebound, and here they come. Backmeyer trying to get into the lane. Puts up a layup, and that one's good. Tatum Backmeyer gets the first points there of the second quarter for the Knights. Kissinger able to advance it into the front court. Once again, the Hawkettes doing a nice job of breaking this Knights press. Nearly an errant pass there from the Hawkettes, but luckily Parr is right there to collect it. Down low to Krikak now, working against Fromm. Puts up a shot, and that one's good. So Tatum Krikak gets her first points of the game. They don't come until 3:26 left in the second quarter for the second leading scorer for this Hawkettes team. Now the Knights the other way. Shot put up there by Vogler. It's going to be no good. Hawkettes now back the other way. Kissinger goes to the lane, and good defense there from Vogler. Kissinger falls down. It was rebounded there by Musalek, but her shot is no good as well. Delaney Fromm now on the left wing for the Knights. She's going to swing it back to the top of the key to Zerot. Zerot gives it back to Fromm quickly. Fromm now gives it back to Zerot once more. She puts up a three. That one's good. Ella Zerot gets into the score book for the first time this afternoon. This morning, I should say. So a bit of a scoring burst here for the Knights. And nearly a pass that went out of bounds there for the Hawkettes, but Krikak's able to collect it. Parr now top of the key. On the right wing, it's going to be Muslek. Now we have Vargas on the left wing looking for a cutting Kissinger, but that's not going to happen. Good defense there from Zerot. Krikak now going to try and make a move to the lane. Instead, she'll give it up to Muslek. Puts up a three. That's going to be an air ball collected by Vogler. And now Delaney Fromm will bring it back the other way. Backmeyer on the left wing, right side. Gives it up to Vogler. Vogler puts up a jumper. That one's good. Jordan Vogler able to knock down a little baseline jumper there for the Knights. Hawkettes trying to break the press once more. Now that one's going to get her across. The Knights fans, along with head coach Paul Dwyer, really wanted to travel there, but the Knights are going to end up with the ball anyways, as Zerot's able to take it away. Vogler puts up another one, and that one's going to be a foul. She'll go to the line for two, unable to convert on the layup. However, she'll get a chance at the line. And I believe that foul went on Abby Muslik. Going to put the Hawkins just 2 team fouls, so they shouldn't be in danger of entering the bonus here in this half. That one is no good there from Muslik, so she goes 0 for 2 from the line. Knights able to get the rebound, though. Back on offense once more. 19-13 is our score. 1:24 left to go here in the first half. Into the game for the first time, number 33, Annie Backmeyer. Instead, though, it's going to be Tatum trying to make a move to the rim. Instead, she'll be fouled. They're going to call that one on the floor. So it'll be Knights ball down beneath the basket. Once again, time winding down here in the first half. Just 1:11 to go. Knights trying to set something up. They're going to get it into Vogler. Vogler now to Fromm, top of the key. Fromm trying to work against Lindsay Parr here. Tatum Backmeyer going to try and drive against Vargas. Puts up a layup. That one's no good. Vogler gets the rebound, puts it up, and she will be fouled. So Jordan Vogler will be going to the line to shoot 2. I believe that one is going to go on Muslik once more. It's going to be 3 fouls for her now in this one. Vogler's first shot is up and no good. Rims out. So Jordan Vogler, who's a 72% free throw shooter on the year, is struggling a bit from the line here early in this one. 0 for 3 so far. Vogler dribbles it 3 times, puts up the second shot, and that one's off front iron. So some uncharacteristic free throw shooting here from Vogler. Hawkettes now coming the other way. Kissinger's out on the right wing. Avery Kissinger still looking for her first basket of the game. Sabaka gets it near the free throw line. Tries to make a move to the rim. Gets it back out to Parr, but gets it back quickly. Vargas now puts up a 3. That one's no good off front iron. Kissinger able to get the rebound. Nice pass across the lane to Sabaka. Puts it up and good. It's going to be tipped and a bit of a scrum here. I'm going to say that's a push on the floor. I believe they called that one on Tatum Backmeyer. And that's going to be her second foul of the game. 16 fouls now for the Knights. Vogler's going to come out of the game for the Knights. Going to be substituted in by Goody. And Backmeyer's going to come out as well. Assuming that they don't want her to pick up another unfortunate foul here with just 21 seconds to go. She'll be replaced by Annie Backmeyer. Hawkettes now holding for the final shot. 13 seconds to go. Krikak with the ball, left wing. Sabaka's going to come up and set a screen for Krikak. Now Krikak trying to get to the rim. Gives it back out to Sabaka. Puts up a 3. That one's good. Ryan Sabaka has been scoring the ball at ease for the Hawkettes in this one. They will take a 24-13 lead into the locker room as we head to the half. We'll send it away here for a couple minutes, then come back for a halftime show. Keep it right here, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We'll be right back.
The Coach's Pep Talk. Done well, it creates stronger team unity, improves motivation and attitude. So when Platte Valley Equipment says we're here to help you succeed, you'll have their 100% support to help you handle any task with their John Deere equipment that gets the job done every time. And with low monthly payments, well, that should be some serious motivation to visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com. Proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Will your path take you, traveler, to seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip. Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
At Mosaic, we build a caring company for the people we serve in our workforce. You can be a part of it. Mosaic supports people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and other diverse needs to choose where they live, with whom they live, and how they spend their days. That is empowering. Do you know someone who could use that type of support? You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit mosaicinfo.org. That's MOSAICINFO.org.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena. Once again, I'm Carter Longy, bringing you all of today's action between the Elmwood-Murdock Knights and the Hastings St. Cecilia Bluehawks. It's currently a 24-13 lead for the Hawkettes, I guess, as they're more commonly called, over the Knights. Currently, the leading scorer for the Hawkettes is Ryan Zabatka, who's having a very good game so far. She had 11 points there in the first half. As for the leading scorers for the Knights, they have three players with 3 points so far. Backmeyer, that's Tatum Backmeyer, that is. Delaney Fromm and Ella Zirot, all with 3 points. Again, only 13 points in the half, so of course they're not going to have a whole lot of scores that are real high in the scoring column. The biggest thing that we've seen in this game so far is that both teams have attempted to put on full court presses. However, it's been much more effective for one than the other. The Hawkettes have forced a lot of turnovers, and unnecessary turnovers at that, from the Knights by putting on a full court press in this one. And the Knights have really struggled to break it. They did a little bit better there at the end of the half. Part of that was the Hawkettes loosening it up a little bit and some more transition play there. However, they have definitely struggled whenever the Hawkettes have been able to get kind of into their set and force some pressure and some traps. As for the Knights, they've also put on a press. The Hawkettes have struggled a little bit here and there with it, but for the most part and overall have been much more efficient at breaking that press there against the Knights. So we'll see if that will continue or if the Knights can figure out a way to start kind of breaking the press a little bit easier here against the Hawkettes, because if they can't figure out a way to kind of take that press down, they're gonna have a long game in front of them. Again, the Knights are known for their defense, as we've seen all season long. They've allowed less than 28 points per game on the season, and again in their district final against Sterling, they had a heck of a game as they didn't even allow a single field goal in the first half of their district final. They gave up some free throws to Sterling, but that was it. So we'll see if they can kind of lock back in on that defensive side of the ball. Again, they give up less than 28 points per game on the season. So giving up 24 here in the first half, definitely unfamiliar territory here for the Knights. So we'll see if they can kind of figure something out here. They're going to need to start putting some points up as well. Tatum Backmeyer, of course, their leading scorer on the year, averaging 15 points per game. She only has 3 here in the first half. Their other leading contributors, Fromm only has 3. Looking at some of their other ones, Vogler, she only has 2 on the game. So the Knights are going to need some of their, contributors, their big-time contributors, to start stepping up. Specifically some of their more experienced players like Backmeyer, like Fromm, like Vogler, some of the juniors on this team. It's a seniorless team here for the Knights. Well, I guess one, they have Zerot, Ella Zerot is their one lone senior, but these juniors have been their main contributors and their main leaders all season long. So they're going to really need them to step up here in the second half and put some points on the board. As for the Hawkettes, they've gotten some great production out of Sabatka, their junior. She's had a very good game. Emery Vargas has had a surprising performance so far tonight. She's hit a couple of threes as well as knocking down a free throw. The one surprise so far for the Hawkettes has been Avery Kissinger. She has not yet gotten into the scoring column in this one. She averages 11.5 points per game on the year for the Hawkettes. She's their leading scorer, but once again, unable to get anything going there in the first half. Same with kind of Tatum Krikak. She did have 1 bucket, but she also, averaging 9 points per game on the season. So we'll see if she can start getting some more things going on offense as well. But again, it's not like the Hawkettes have been in any trouble. They didn't really need the production from those 2 players so far because Sabatka, their second leading scorer on the season, has had a very good showing so far. Again, 11 points there in the first half to help push the Hawkettes out to this 24-13 lead. In terms of other action that's going on, Malcolm currently leading Wahoo by a score of 22-16 in the Class C1 quarterfinal over at Devaney. So once again, Malcolm up 22-16 in the third quarter in the Class C1 quarterfinal over there at Devaney. So that's your score updates. That's kind of your quick little halftime show. The teams are coming back out here to warm up and get ready to go. But once again, the Hawkettes currently leading the Knights 24-13 as St. Cecilia will look to close this one out in the second half. We'll take another quick break, and then when we get back, we'll be ready for the beginning of the second half right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. Show me a team that fields a strong lineup season after season and you'll dominate. That's the way it's been at Platte Valley Equipment for decades. Whatever your task, their John Deere lineup of equipment handles it with ease. From riding mowers, compact tractor packages, to farm equipment, they can't be beat. That goes for the low monthly payments too. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today. Proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. I'm Carter Longi, and that's where I am stationed for today's D1 quarterfinal matchup between the Elmwood-Murdock Knights and the Hastings St. Cecilia Hawkettes. The Hawkettes will look to close this one out as they have an 11-point lead as we begin the second half, 24-13. And, of course, the Knights are going to try and climb their way back into this one. We mentioned in the halftime show and quite a bit there in the first half that the Knights had quite a bit of trouble with that full court press. We'll see if they made some adjustments in the half to try and break that as we go forward. As we begin the second half, it's actually going to be Vargas in there starting the second half here for the Hawkettes. She did not start the game for the Hawkettes, but I guess head coach Greg Burns decided that he wanted to make a little bit of a change here as we begin the second half. She's in there for Abby Musalek. So Musalek, on the bench here to begin the second half, and Vargas into the game. Again, we mentioned that she's having a good shooting performance so far. I believe she's 2 for 3 on three-pointers so far here in the first half. Early foul in this one there against the Hawkettes. And so the Knights will retain possession here. Cutting Backmeyer gets the ball, and that's going to be 2 points for the Knights. So they're going to be the first ones on the board as we begin the second half. Knights are going to try and put on their press once again here in the second half as well. Again, the Hawkettes had a little bit more success breaking it, but this time they're not, as Sabatka, the leading scorer there in the first half, stepped on the line, the out-of-bounds line, that is, as she was trying to make a pass. So unforced error there for the Hawkettes. Backmeyer now at the top of the key for the Knights, tries to get it down low to Vogler. Vogler gives it back now to Backmeyer. She's going to try and drive baseline. Nothing happening, though, so she'll kick it back out. Trying to make a move now. Zira. She throws up a wild shot, and that's going to be rebounded by the Hawkettes. And here comes Vargas the other way. Krikak now slows it down a little bit, gives it back up to Lindsey Parr. Parr's now going to initiate the offense from the logo. Kissinger, top of the key, swings it over to Vargas. Swinging it across the perimeter now is the Hawkettes. Back now at the top of the key, going to give it back up to Kissinger. Now gets her a screen. Kissinger pops from the free throw line, and finally, Avery Kissinger gets on to the scoreboard with her first bucket of the game. The leading scorer for the Knights, or excuse me, the Hawkettes have been very quiet so far in this one. Backmeyer now tied up with Krikak, and it's going to be a jump ball call. Kissinger and Krikak both in there on the trap on Backmeyer, and the possession arrow is going to point in the direction of the Hawkettes, so they will take the ball the other way. Parr now crosses the timeline into the front court. Krikak now trying to work baseline. Kissinger out on the corner now. An attempted pass down low from Sabatka to Krikak is tipped by Delaney Fromm and goes out of bounds, so it will stay with the Hawkettes while they have a chance to reset. 6:02 to go here in the third quarter. 26-15 is the score. St. Cecilia leads Elmwood-Murdock. Quick pass into Sabatka, and she puts up a shot, and that's going to be no good. Backmeyer now back the other way. Quick offense here from the Knights. A nice move there by Goody, but she's unable to finish it. Gets her own rebound, puts it up again, and that's going to be no good once more. Brooke Goody made a really nice spin move to the rim there, just unable to convert it. Lindsey Parr now gets rid of it to Vargas. Vargas looking for Kissinger, cutting into the lane. Nothing happening. Sabaka now on the left wing. Gets to Kissinger, top of the key, puts up a three. That one's good. So Avery Kissinger with the first 5 points here of the second half for St. Cecilia. After being, once again, very quiet there in the first half. Having some more success here now in the second. 3 up and no good there from the Knights. Delaney Fromm unsuccessful from the left corner. Going to be out of bounds, though, on the Hawkettes, so it will stay with the Knights. Inbounding it for the Knights here will be Zerot. Zerot finds a cutting Fromm, puts up a layup. That one's no good once again. Knights struggling to finish around the rim here again in the second half. Lindsey Parr crosses the timeline to Kissinger now on the left wing. Kissinger looking for a cutting Krikak, but decides it's better to hold on to it. Now it's going to work its way back across the perimeter to Vargas. Vargas now down low to Sabaka, working against Volger. And that one's going to go way out of bounds. Sabaka must have thought somebody there was there, but there quite frankly wasn't. And so that one's going to be thrown right into the scorer's table. Backmeyer to Zerot. Zerot now over to Mans. Knights do a little bit better job of breaking this press so far here in the second half. Little pop shot there from Mans. It's going to be no good. However, it is going to be rebounded by Vogler. And she puts up a shot. That's no good again. So the Knights have had a lot of opportunities within 5 feet of the rim here in the second half. Just haven't been able to convert on a lot of them. Vargas to Parr now on the left wing. Parr down low to Zabaka. Puts that one up, and that's good. So Ryan Zabaka continues her dominance here in the second half. She puts up another shot and a good one. And this is going to be a full timeout here from head coach Paul Dwyer and the Knights. So we'll take a break as well. 4:10 to go here in the third quarter. St. Cecilia leads Elmwood-Murdock by a score of 31-15. Stick around. We'll be right back here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats. Dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to high school basketball here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. I'm Carter Longy. Once again, bringing you all the action today between the Elmwood-Murdock Knights and the Hastings St. Cecilia Hawkettes. Hawkettes have controlled this one so far with a score of 31-15. Once again, a very, very experienced tournament team. This is their 11th straight appearance in the state tournament. They've been to the last 4 state finals in the combination of C1 and C2. They've moved classes quite a bit here over the past 4 years. And they look well on their way to another semifinal here so far in this one. And this one is going to be put up and good here for the Knights, though, as Brooke Gowdy is going to come down the other way, gets her first points of the game, as she is able to convert the layup as she was fouled as well. So one shot coming here for Gowdy. Gowdy's shot is up and no good. Kissinger able to come around away with the rebound, gives it up to Parr, and she will advance it up the floor. It's going to be Krikak now. Swinging it over to Vargas. Vargas to Kissinger. Kissinger looking down low. Gets it into Musalek. Puts up a shot, and that one's good as well. So Abby Musalek back into the game. Is able to get a bucket right as she enters. Knights the other way now. Nice save there by Backmeyer. Now out to Zerot. Puts up a 3. That's going to come up with nothing. And I believe it's going to go out of bounds. And we'll go back the other way with the Hawkettes. 33-17 our score. 3:32 to go in the third. Also, their update, Malcolm leading Wahoo 32-24 in the fourth quarter over at Devaney in Class C1 action. Elmwood-Murdock putting on this full court press once more. Vargas will inbound it. Gets into Krikak. Krikak going to give it back to Vargas, middle of the court. Vargas and Krikak just playing some catch so far, but now they're going to be able to get it across the floor And Kissinger traveled. Nice pass there to get it across the half-court line by Krikak, but Kissinger just kind of shuffled her feet a little bit there as she caught the ball. And so now the Knights will get it right back. Delaney Fromm now going to hand it off to Brooklyn Mans. Mans working from left to right. Now we'll hand it off to Backmeyer. Backmeyer tries to spin away from Vargas, trying to get to the rim, having some trouble with the ball handling there. Delaney Fromm now back to Backmeyer, gives a little pump fake, gets to the rim, puts it up, and good. Nice move there from Tatum Backmeyer as she is able to get Emery Vargas on the pump fake, gets the rim, converts the layup, and gets the and one. So now she'll go to the line for one more. Backmeyer's shot is up and no good off the front left of the rim. And it's going to be collected by Sabatka. Now here comes St. Cecilia the other way. Kissinger top of the key. Gives it to Krikak. Krikak to Sabatka. Kissinger on the right wing gets a screen for Sabatka. Steps back, three-pointer, and that's good. Avery Kissinger has came alive here in the second half. She has a mid-range jumper and now a couple of threes to go on with it. 30-second timeout here for Paul Dwyer and the Knights. We'll keep it right here as the Hawkins have now pushed their lead up to 36-19. A 17-point advantage here for the Hawkins as they're trying to punch a ticket to the state semifinal here. Again, Avery Kissinger really coming to life here in the second half. She's hit 2 threes in a row, and it all started with just a nice little mid-range jumper. And it appears that's all she needed to get going. She now has 8 here in the third quarter alone. Ryan Sabatka also continuing to do good work here for the Hawkettes as she's now up to 11 points. She's now up to 13 points on the ball game. And so the Hawkettes continuing to try and just put away Elmwood-Murdock here as best they can. And I've mentioned quite a few times that the Knights have kind of built their season of success off of defense, but they haven't really ever had a whole lot of offensive explosions. So could be a little bit concerning here. They haven't had to probably play from too far behind a lot this season. So do they have enough offense and firepower to even get back into this game? We'll see. Zerot at the top of the key hands it off to the younger Backmeyer, Annie. Annie gives it to Fromm. Fromm pops from the free throw line. That's going to be no good. A little bit of a scuffle for the ball here. Vogler had it for a moment, now loses it. And now Annie Backmeyer is going to try to save it out of bounds, but they're going to say that she was on the line. And now will be the Hawkettes going the other way. Knights continuing to try and put on this full court press. Now we're going to have a quick sub here as Tatum Backmeyer is going to come back in for Annie Backmeyer. Hawkettes able to get the ball in. Now a cross-court pass, dangerous one there from Sabatka, but it's able to get away. And now another dangerous pass here from Kissinger to Krikak. And it's going to go out of bounds. They're going to say it was off Krikak. And so the Knights take it the other way. New substitution here for the Hawkettes. We've seen her once earlier, but not too often this game. Adding DeMuth back in the game, number 12 for the Hawkettes. Vogler able to get it across now to Fromm. Fromm gives it to Backmeyer. Backmeyer trying to work against Sabatka. Gives it up to Vogler. She puts up a 2-pointer, and that's good. Jordan Vogler gets her third and fourth points of the game right there. Nice penetration and a pass from Backmeyer. Now a rainbow pass there from Sabatka trying to get it up to DeMuth. DeMuth gets it now on the right wing. Kissinger top of the key. Thought about another three-pointer there. She's already got 2 here in the quarter. Krikak now back up to Vargas. Kissinger able to get into the high post to Sabatka, but instead it's going to be a Vargas 3. That's going to be off the mark from the left wing, rebounded by the Knights, and here they come the other way. 36-21 is the lead for St. Cecilia over Elmwood-Murdock. 1:09 left to go here in the first quarter. Tatum Backmeyer puts up a 3, bounces around up on the rim for a little while, comes off, and Sabatka will pull down the rebound and advance up the floor. Krikak now will put up a 3 from the top of the key, and that is good. Tatum Krikak with a big three there for the Hawkettes. Trying to answer is Zerot for the Knights. That's going to be no good. Sabaka pulls it down. 36 seconds to go now. 39-21. Hawkettes over the Knights. Right wing now for Demuth. Kissinger now top of the key. Swings it over to Sabaka. Sabaka gives it back to Kissinger up top of the key. Moving around the perimeter is the Hawkettes. Ball now with Krikak on the right wing. 10 seconds to go. Krikak gets a screen from Zabaka. And now Krikak is going to travel, they say. She got tied up a little bit there with Vogler. And they're going to say she walked. Back into the game for the Hawkettes is going to be number 2, Lindsey Parr. Also making their first appearance in this game is number 1, Nathy Krikak. Knights going down the floor. 2 seconds to go. Can they get a shot up? No, they cannot. They're going to say it's over and back. Hilla Zerot tried passing it back to Brooklyn Mans there. And Mans had not established both feet across the timeline before she received the pass. So 1 second now for the Hawkins to try and get a shot off. We'll see if they can. Into Sabaka, and she's just going to hold it as head coach Greg Burnt just said it's probably a better idea to hold on to that one than to try and make something crazy happen up 18. So at the end of 3, our score 39-21. St. Cecilia leads Elmwood-Murdock. We're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we'll have the end of this one. Once again, you're listening to 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Coach's Pep Talk. Done well, it creates stronger team unity, improves motivation and attitude. So when Platte Valley Equipment says we're here to help you succeed, you'll have their 100% support to help you handle any task with their John Deere equipment that gets the job done every time. And with low monthly payments, well, that should be some serious motivation to visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com. Proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Sean Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Elmwood-Murdock Knights control the ball as we begin the fourth quarter. They have a lot of work to do to try and get back into this one, trailing St. Cecilia by 18 as we begin the fourth quarter. Early on in the possession here for the Knights, trying to get into post-entry pass, going to be tipped away by the Hawkettes, and so it will stay with the Knights. Backmeyer now from the corner puts up a 3. That's going to be no good. Back iron. However, nice rebound there by Vogler. Vogler now back out to Fromm. Fromm trying to get into the lane. Nothing going there, though. Tatum Backmeyer is going to make a nice cut. Back out now to Goody. Puts up a 3. No good. It comes up with nothing there on an air ball. And so Kissinger will collect. Gets it to Krikak. And now back go the Hawkettes. Krikak gives it to Vargas. Right wing. Kissinger trying to make a cut to the basket. Instead, Vargas will swing it back across the perimeter over to Sabaka. Sabaka now down low, puts up a shot, no good, gets her own rebound. Back out to Krikak, she puts up a 3. That one's going to be off front iron, and it's going to be collected by Zerot and the Knights. Comes Backmeyer, tries to put up a layup, no good. So Tatum Backmeyer having some struggles today, trying to finish at the rim so far, as have most of the Knights. Vargas now left wing. And popping out to the top of the key is going to be Sabaka. Now Sabaka gets Parr's screen. Now out to Vargas. Vargas puts up a 3. That's going to be no good. Rebound Sabaka. Tries to put it up quickly. But instead they're going to say there was a push, probably a loose ball foul here. Sabaka looked like she maybe got shoved to the back a little bit there as she was going for the rebound. I believe they're going to call that foul on number 20, Jordan Vogler. I believe that's her 3rd foul of the game. Substitution here for the Knights. Leaving the game is Brooke Goody. Coming in as number 14, Brooklyn Mans. Hawkins trying to get the ball in. They're going to get into Kissinger. Kissinger puts up a shot, and that's going to be no good. She gets her own rebound. And we're going to give up again, but they're going to call a push. They're going to say that Avery Kissinger was a little too physical there on trying to get the rebound. It's going to be your second personal foul. 4 team fouls now for the Hawkettes here in the second half. Brooklyn Mans now out on the right wing. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Gets to Backmeyer. Backmeyer gets a screen from Mans, but instead is going to give it up to Vogler. Vogler now trying to make a move on Sabaka. Puts him a shot, and that's good. Jordan Vogler gets her first points of the fourth quarter. Gets things going here for both teams. Hawkettes trying to break this press from the Knights, and they do so with relative ease. Vargas now on the left wing. Krikak calling for the ball. Vargas decides to hold on to it, and now we're going to have a timeout from the Hawkettes. And it's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take another quick breather here as well. 5:57 to go here in the ballgame. 39-23 is the score. St. Cecilia leading Elmwood-Murdock. We'll be right back with more high school basketball here 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Mosaic, we build a caring company for the people we serve in our workforce. You can be a part of it. Mosaic supports people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and other diverse needs to choose where they live, with whom they live, and how they spend their days. That is empowering. Do you know someone who could use that type of support? You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit mosaicinfo.org. That's MOSAICINFO.org.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. That's the site of today's state championship games. Once again, 93.7 The Ticket will have every single game here from Pinnacle Bank Arena as we go through state tourney weeks and tournaments. Once again, we got girls going on right now, so you're currently listening to a D1 quarterfinal game between the Elmwood-Murdock Knights and the Hastings St. Cecilia Hawkettes. Make sure you stick around all week, though, and next week as well, as Wednesdays, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll have all the games right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Hawkettes to inbound the ball now. They get it in quickly to Lindsey Parr. Parr now gives it to Kissinger on the left wing. Kissinger is looking for Sabaka. Sabaka told her no, so they'll swing it back across the perimeter. Sabaka now top of the key, gives it to Krikak. Krikak gets a screen for Sabaka, but it goes the other way, throws up a shot as she's hitting the floor, and no foul called as here come the Knights the other way. Three put up now from Brooklyn Mans from the corner. That's good. Brooklyn Mans gets her first three-pointer of the ball game. Score is now 39-26, 5:20 to go here in the ball game. St. Cecilia leading Elmwood-Murdock. Lindsey Parr swings it across to Krikak on the right wing. Avery Kissinger now top of the key. Parr now looking for somewhere to go. Gives it back to Kissinger now. A lot of just passing the ball around the perimeter right now for the Hawkettes. Head coach Greg Burnt imploring for them to try and get something going. Vargas top the key, back over to Zabaka. Again, no shot clock here in the lower classes in Nebraska, so the Hawkettes do not have to go if they don't want to. They continue to just cut and move the ball around the perimeter right now. Kissinger now back out on the right wing extended. Now it's Parr way out by the logo. Tatum Backmeyer now trying to put some tougher pressure on, as looks like all the Knights are trying to get a little bit more pressure now on the perimeter. Vargas with a kill dribble there. And now down to Sabaka down low. She'll finally put up a shot, and it is good. So St. Cecilia wasted probably nearly a minute off the clock there, and ends in 2 points. So turns out to be the right move. Knights now the other way. From looking for somewhere to go with it. Gets to Backmeyer. Tries to go up with a shot, and she's going to be fouled. So we'll see who this one's going to be called on. Going to be number 13, Ryan Sabaka. So Tatum Backmeyer going to go to the line. The 5'3" junior, 61% on the season from the free throw line. That one's going to be no good on her first attempt. 3:54 left to go in the ball game. Still a wide margin here for St. Cecilia as they lead 41-26 over Elmwood-Murdock. Backmeyer goes over 2 at the line. Kissinger able to get the rebound, but Backmeyer, good heads-up play there as Kissinger wasn't really looking behind her, so she's able to tie her up for the jump ball. However, we'll stay with the Hawkettes, but now the Knights will have the possession arrow, which could play a factor if they're able to close this gap a little bit. Bit of a lighter press now for the Knights. They're just going to try and trap at the half-court lines, it looks like. Bit of a 1-2-2 going here. Now they'll fall back into their man defense. Avery Kissinger puts up a layup. That's going to be no good. Rebounded by Zerot and the Knights. Here comes Fromm. Fromm trying to work against Vargas. Pulls it back out to the corner now. Fromm a little bounce pass there to Backmeyer. Backmeyer now going to get it back out. And they're going to swing it around. Fromm top of the key. Looks like they're trying to get Vogler to set a screen for Backmeyer. Instead, Backmeyer will get it on the three-point line and put up a 3. Rebounded by Sabatka, and now she'll get it away to Kissinger. Kissinger looking up the floor to Krikak. Krikak now driving, bounce pass across the lane to Vargas, and she's going to choose to not go up with it. Gets it back out to Sabatka. And now Kissinger gets it back out to the top of the key on the logo to Parr. Parr's going to dribble across now to the left side. Swings it back across to Vargas. Now just playing a little bit more catch here is St. Cecilia. St. Cecilia doesn't seem to be making a whole lot of attempts to go to the rim. They're just probably trying to play the long game here. And by the long game, I mean kind of the boring game a little bit, as they're just going to keep moving the ball around and wasting time off this clock. It's a 15-point lead, less than 3 minutes to go. Only 2 team fouls here for Elmwood-Murdock, so if they do choose to try and foul them a few times, they're going to have to get 4 off before they even get to the bonus. And it looks like that is maybe what they're trying to do, as now we see another immediate foul right away. 2:41 to go. Again, a 15-point game. It's going to take a lot of fouling and a lot of offense here for Elmwood-Murdock to get back into this ballgame. Hawkettes get it into Kissinger. Zerot on Kissinger. Not trying to foul, more just trying to put some pressure on, and now we're going to foul call. So that should put the Knights at 14 fouls now. So just 3 more to go until they get St. Cecilia into the bonus. None of the ball is Krikak. Gets it into Kissinger. Kissinger with some pressure from the Knights. And now we're going to get a timeout call. It's going to be a full timeout. And I believe it was called by the Hawkettes and Greg Burns. So we'll take another quick break here. A 15-point game still. 2:30 to go in the ballgame. 41-26. The St. Cecilia Hawkettes lead the Elmwood-Murdock Knights. Once again, I'm Carter Longi, and you're listening to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this one, as it's been pretty much all St. Cecilia here today as they lead 41-26 over the Elmwood-Murdock Knights. Once again, 2:30 to go here in the ballgame. The winner will look to take on Ravenna in the semifinal. St. Cecilia looking to get back to a tournament championship game for the 5th year in a row. They've been to the last 4. We'll see if they can get to a 5th. Again, their last 4 have all come in the C1 and C2 classes, and they're going to try to make their 5th here in D1. A little bit of a scrum here at near half-court line. Kissinger trying to get it away. Gets to Parr. Now Parr is going to be fouled here by Backmeyer. 5 team fouls now for the Elmwood-Murdock Knights. 2 more before they can force St. Cecilia into the bonus. Sabatka gets the ball on the inbounds. Vargas now looking for somewhere to go with it and nearly turns it over. Luckily for the Hawkettes, that one just goes out of bounds. Inbounding it will be Krikak. Still just 5 team fouls here, so if Elmwood-Murdock's trying to force the bonus, you're going to have to do some more work. But now the Knights will go the other way. Popping a quick three is Mans and rims in and out. Tough one there for the Knights. Vargas coming down the floor. Head coach Greg Burke telling her to just go and get the points, and that's what she will do, except instead it's a pass to Krikak. 1:47 to go now. Backmeyer puts up a wild layup, and I believe they're going to call a foul. Trying to split a double team there between Parr and Sabatka. And that's who they're going to call a foul on. It was Ryan Sabatka. First shot is up and no good from Backmeyer. 17-point game with 1:44 to go here. Getting pretty close to that territory where I have to imagine we might see some substitutions here soon. Backmeyer's second is up and good. Head coach Paul Dwyer still wants the Knights to put on the full court press here. They're not done fighting yet. Kissinger in the corner, trapped by Backmeyer and Zerot. She's able to get it away to Parr. Now Parr will be fouled. See what they call it on here. And they're going to call it on number 20, Jordan Vogler. I believe that's her 4th personal foul, so she'll be one away from going out of the game. 16 fouls now for the Knights, so the next one will send the Hawkettes to the line. And a quick foul here from Delaney Fromm. She fouled Tatum Krikak, so it'll be Krikak heading to the line here for the Hawkettes, and she'll be trying to put this game on ice. So Krikak now to the line for the 1-and-1. First shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Vogler. She's going to try and push it up herself. Vogler now trying to get to the rim against Sabatka. Puts up a shot, and that's going to be a foul there. Ryan Sabatka. So the Knights have now also moved into the bonus. 17 fouls on the board for the Hawkettes. So to the line again, Jordan Vogler. First one is up and good. Vogler able to knock down the free throw. 15-point game, 1:30 to go. Vogler's second free throw is up and good. Vogler struggled a little bit earlier in the game with free throws, but able to hit two big ones right there. He's a 72% free throw shooter. Gets things back on track a little bit there. Hawkettes trying to get the ball in. Parr is able to finally get it into Krikak. And Krikak is going to be fouled there by Annie Backmeyer. So heading to the line will be number 11, Tatum Krikak, the 5'8 junior guard. Backmeyer with 7 points in today's contest so far. She's a 64% free throw shooter. Annie Backmeyer was the one who picked up the foul there. She'll quickly check out of the game. Came in pretty much just a foul. Krikak's first free throw is up and good. Krikak dribbles a few times, puts up the second one, and once again knocks it down. So some big free throws there from Tatum Krikak. Knights are going to try and quickly here. Moving the ball around and still have yet to put up a shot. I think they want to get one up here quickly with being down 16 and nearly a minute left. Finally, they get it down low to Vogler. She's going to put up a shot and it's fouled. So 113, Vogler will go back to the line once more. It's going to result in the 5th foul there for Abby Musalek. And so she is fouled out of the game. So St. Cecilia will have to go the rest of the way without her. First free throw up and good from Vogler. Vogler's second free throw is good as well. And so Vogler will quickly check out once again for Annie Backmeyer. Vogler at 4 personal fouls, so that's why head coach Paul Dwyer trying to get her out of there when they're in that fouling situation. Now this one's going to be very close. They're going to say it's going to stay with the Hawkettes. Good defense there from the Knights. Nearly got a steal there. But again, it's looking like the Knights might just run out of time here. They played good down the stretch the last couple of minutes. However, they might have just been in too big of a hole here. So they're going to foul Avery Kissinger. Now she will head to the line. Kissinger is 70% free throw shooter on the season. Once again, Kissinger, the leading scorer here on this Hawkettes team. Been a little quiet today, especially in the first half there. Was able to put some points on the board there in the third quarter as she knocked down a couple of threes along with a mid-range jumper. Now her free throw here is up and good. Kissinger now to push the lead back to 16, and she does. 47-31 our score now, 1:10 to go. Fromm trying to get to the lane, and she'll kick it back out to Mans. Mans puts up a 3 from the top of the key. That's good. So Brooklyn Mans with the big 3 right there. That's her second of the fourth. And now we're going to have a timeout on the floor, and it's going to be the Knights, of course, and Paul Dwyer taking that one. So down 13, they're going to take a quick timeout with 1 minute to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll take another quick 30-second break. Don't go away. We'll see if the Knights can close the gap here as we go on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
(47-34) is our score with 1 minute left to go in this ball game between the St. Cecilia Hawkettes and the Elmwood-Murdock Knights. The Knights doing whatever they can to try and fight their way back into this one. But it's looking like there might be a chance they're going to run out of time. Hawkins trying to aim on the ball to get into Sabaka. Baka quickly gets it back to Parr. Parr now hands it off to Kissinger. Knights haven't fouled yet. Kissinger now trying to push up the floor. Gives it across to Parr. Parr now over to Sabaka in the corner. Sabaka back up to Kissinger. Looking like the Knights have not fouled yet. Head coach Paul Dwyer is asking them to foul, but they have yet to get one. And now it's looking like Dwyer might just back off a bit here as we've now entered into a 30-second left territory. And now we eventually get a foul from Brooklyn Mans. So if the Knights were going to foul, I'm not sure why they waited until 32 seconds left to do it, but to each their own, I suppose. So going to the line will be Ryan Sabaka, leading scorer in tonight's contest. So far on the game, she's up to 15 points. First one's up and good from Sabaka. Vogler checks back in for Annie Backmeyer once again. Second free throw on its way from Sabaka, and that one is going to go off back iron and rebounded by Vargas. But they're going to say that she traveled as she collected the board. Inbounds pass now to Zerot. Zerot takes it across the timeline. Knights got to get up a shot quick if they want to still have any chance of making this competitive, although it's pretty much all but over. Just over 21 seconds to go here. St. Cecilia leading Elmwood-Murdock 48-34. Ball inbounded to Fromm. Fromm gives it to Backmeyer. Backmeyer fires a 3, and that's good. Tatum Backmeyer able to put a 3 on the board there. Hawkettes quickly get it in to Krikak, and she's going to be fouled by Delaney Fromm. It's looking like we're going to have some substitutions coming here for the Hawkettes. First one from Krikak up and no good. Checking in the game is going to be number 1, Nathy Krikak. Number 12, Addie DeMuth, and also number 30, Hannah Schneider, the lone senior on this team, making her first appearance in the game. This one's up and good from Krikak. Quite a few substitutions is in for the Knights as well, as the starters head to the bench. And that's going to do it. That's the final horn, as St. Cecilia will win the ballgame 49-37 over the Elmwood-Murdock Knights. As the Hawkettes now will advance to the semifinal. They'll take on Ravenna in the semifinals here in the D1 bracket. And the Elmwood-Murdock Knights season will come to an end. Obviously, state tournament time, lots of emotions flowing on the court. But the Hawkettes are the ones who are going to advance. An impressive performance from Ryan Sabaka. The junior forward ends up scoring 18 points, I believe, on the game. 16 points on the game. So she was the leading scorer there for the Hawkettes and was a big reason that they were able to pull this one out in the end. As for the Knights, their biggest scorer was their leading scorer on the season. It was Tatum Backmeyer once again. She finishes the game with 10 points on the contest. So obviously, 10 for Backmeyer. Also got a good contribution from Vogler there, as she added 8 points as well. But in the end, it is not enough, as the Hawkettes will take this one by a final score of 49-37. That's going to do it here from the D1 quarterfinal. Stick around, because I'll be with you again here for our next game here at PBA. It's going to be the Millard South Patriots taking on the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks in a 1v8 matchup in the Class A quarterfinals. So make sure you stick around right here at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We will see you in a bit here from PBA.
Check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card too.
Well, you know what this means.